Mr. Tanveer Ahmed Khan, who's Pakistan's former Foreign Secretary, is with us from Islamabad. Mr. Khan, where do you see this India-Pakistan relationship going? Do you really conceivably see the Indian Prime Minister coming to Pakistan this year? Because there's a sense here that we haven't even been able to move forward on issues that were doables, like Sir Creek, like a visa agreement. We've just not been able to push forward on things that we should have actually been able to agree on by now.
Well, we have not been able to solve any of the really contentious issues, but I feel that the atmosphere in both the countries is changing for the better. Now, if the Prime Minister of India comes to Pakistan, it would be a memorable occasion, a historic occasion, but the process of normalization, or the process of exploring the possibility of a friendlier relationship, cooperative relationship, especially in the economic field, I think exists independent of whether the Prime Minister of India is able to come in November or not. If he comes, it would certainly energize the entire process. If he is still unable to come because there is opposition to it, within the domestic opposition to it, because there are hardliners who are obsessed with Kasab and who do not really want the two countries to move forward, it would be understandable. But I personally believe that the positive trends between India and Pakistan are almost irreversible now. They'll continue to move in a positive direction.
Mr. Khan, with due respect, you know, it's not really just the hardliners here in India who have concerns about the way the 2611 trial is going in Pakistan. I think there's a genuine concern here that people want to see justice, that Kasab was a foot soldier, and you want to see those who were the conspirators and those who are behind it, you know, behind bars. And as you know, some of the main protagonists are roaming around freely in Pakistan. So there's a genuine concern on that, and I'm sure you understand that.
I do, and I entirely agree that the terrible crime perpetrated in Mumbai must reach a closure, must reach a conclusion. But that should not, I think the atmosphere at the moment is in both the countries that these great issues, the great issues that have divided us in the past, should not stand in the way of what I call the process of normalization. Pakistan is no longer insisting that unless you move forward on Kashmir, Pakistan would not talk to India. I think it's a big change. And it would be extremely unfortunate if we do not recognize this change. Certainly, the Indian emphasis on Mumbai and the conspiracies and the punishment of those who are responsible for it, it's perfectly understandable. But I think in the new climate, there is a new desire, a fresh desire to move forward nevertheless.
Okay, Siddharth Vatharajan, would you agree with that, or would you concede that Mr. K.C. Singh has a point that given the verdict on Kasab and Indian public opinion, the dynamics could be very different? It's not that easy to justify a prime ministerial visit or to even say that there is progress in the talks that are taking place until you do really see irreversible progress on terrorism.
Look, we're already, you know, the government of India took a strategic view a year and a half ago that the Bombay trial, for a variety of reasons, is not going to progress very fast in Pakistan. And despite that, so the view is that let's not hold hostage the wider relationship. Let's see what we can achieve, whether it's on trade, particularly trade where there's been progress, economic relations. And all of that is chugging along. I don't see the Kasab verdict as really coming in the way of that. You know, right now the finance ministry has notified the procedure for Indian companies to invest in Pakistan. Both countries are liberalizing their laws. Who knows where that process will lead us? So I think that, you know, public opinion, you know, it's anybody's guess what public opinion stands for. There were a number of people who said immediately after 2611 that we've got Kasab, let's finish off his trial and hang him in 100 days. Well, it's just as well we didn't do that, because who could have guessed that Abu Jundal would fall into our laps and that there is some evidentiary value in keeping Kasab alive in order to put these two fellows together to see what more you can learn about who else is involved.
India's #1 news app just got even better. Download NDTV's new app. Fully optimized for retina display. Full screen view. Faster response time. And Sudoku. NDTV's new iPad app. Download now.